Welcome to the first episode of Yoshi Draws and Talks ASMR. I recorded the first episode 30 minutes and I found my computer didn't want to save the recording. So I was like, awesome. So I created a bunch of space on my hard drive so we could record episode 1 again. So this new part of Heart of Yoshi came by accident on an inspired collective class we just had, and I accidentally had my mic on. I did not know it, and even though the icon said it was muted, my sound was going through. Then I checked my setup and I was able to turn it off. So I was worried about, what was I saying, or was I sighing, or whatever. And there were barely perceivable sighs that were coming on, apparently. And then I just spoke, just like, whoops, sorry, my mic was on, and I turned it off when I saw an icon on my screen. So, but a handful of the inspired collective had said that they would love to see a channel of Yoshi drawing and talking and just hearing the sighs. So that's what this is. It's episode 1. Recording this time, even though it said it was recording last time. And I'm just going to go and start. I have an idea of what I was drawing last time. I can draw the same thing again, but it's basically saying that whenever you have a blank canvas, you just start making lines, or start allowing things to work with on your screen. They start coming through and you just follow the impulse. This beautiful impulse of creation that wants to be birthed. And follow the frequency of it. Don't let your mind get in there and judge you too much. Just follow it. You'll get the signals. The signals of creativity telling you, yeah, do that next, and do that next. And out of that comes a drawing, out of that comes a poem, out of that comes an amazing song. But it's your openness to let that in, so that you can see in front of your eyes that which was merely invisible. But it now has stepped into the physical plane of existence to be here in this reality with you. It's like anything we do in our life. We get these signals, these senses, these whispers. And parts of our upbringing can make us quiet it out. Tell us it's not a good idea. Tell us just to remain overtaken by the mind, which says, stay quiet. Don't let that idea out. But ideas, especially ideas in love and support, they're ideas that the world is so ready for right now. Add your love to this world. Add that thought that you alchemized to bring it into reality. Express that thought, express your love, express your gratitude. Be brave. Be bold. Be kind. Be compassionate. Be empathetic. Do it all in love. So I didn't know I was going to draw some sort of spaceship. That's what wanted to come out. In my lost recording of episode 1, I was talking about one of my illustration teachers. Back in college, I took illustration. It was a 3-year course. And in our first year, one of my professors was an amazing guy named John Wood. And once we entered his class on the first day, he told us that he didn't want to see any pencils with erasers on them in his class. He said that your new tool will be the Uniball pen, the fine point pen that you buy from the store. Of course, they had a great art store in the college. And we were learning to draw without worrying about making a mistake. So every line you put down was a line you just put down and you learned from it. It's like, oh, that line now exists there. Of course, with technology and iPads, they weren't around. But iPads allow you to undo, redo really quickly. But the concept that he instilled in my mind to trust every line that I make guided me from that day. I literally started using a pen from that day And yeah, from time to time I'll go back to a pencil just for the style that I want out of it. But I love just using a pen, even if it's a ballpoint pen. And I'm trying to, not even trying to, I am doing the same technique that I would with a pen, because I'm not erasing on here. I'm just allowing each line just to be what it wants to be. So what would basically happen is that if you had, say you were drawing something and then you did make a mistake, you could start over. You could also use a sheet of tracing paper over to copy the good lines that you drew, and then eventually have a light table so you could draw again the lines that you like from each layer. And again, there were no iPads at that time. You could have computer drawing programs, but not many people couldn't bring your desktop in. Although on one project I did bring I said I wanted to use my Atari 520 ST. I had a paint program in there. I convinced one of the teachers that I could use it for a project. And it's not that I brought my setup into school, but digital tools, I wanted to use them back then. To even think that an iPad would be able to become an actual device, that's profound. It's so portable, it's so light. If I tried to carry that computer around from before, it's like I got so many power connectors and these big blocks, which were the power adapters. Loved it though, like it was an amazing computer. Pixelated, only 512 colors, could only display 16 of them on the screen at one time, but you learned through the limitation to allow that to be. But getting back to the pen and being able to be confident with the lines that you make every time you're drawing, if you redrew a car because you drew it wrong the first time and then you redrew it again, and you redrew it again, you redrew it again, you get good at drawing cars. Because you kept on starting over from the beginning. So this spaceship shall be our first drawing for Yoshi. Draws and talks and sighs. I sigh a lot during the day. I do my drawings, my Heart of Yoshi drawings and my Spaceman Yoshi drawings to remind me of things that I need to be reminded of. To not be overtaken by the mind and not listen to its rambling. but to allow every step to be a step. Moving forward. Doesn't have to be huge steps, just do micro steps. Micro steps with a pen. Use the pen metaphor in your life that everything you do is walking. You are the pen. You went to the store, you were doing that in ink. You weren't saying, maybe I shouldn't go to the store, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. And even if you were doing that, eventually you decided to go. It's making the steps, the bold steps. And the more you do those steps, like the first time you went to the store to buy some groceries for your parents or something, and you wrote down the list, and then maybe you lost the list, and you came home and you forgot to bring home the milk, or you forgot to bring home the eggs or something, and you felt bad, but you learned from that, right? You changed your method. You adapted it to the results you got. You were the pen on the paper. You were making that mark. And it's okay to feel like you're going to start over if you made a mistake. But you learn. So you're better the next time. You're better the next time. So be the pen in your life. The pen that makes permanent marks. Live with what it is. I'm not beating myself up of the lines that I made here and here and here and here and here and here. Just work with that. So that'll be the message for this episode. Be the pen in your life. Be the pen in your life. Spaceship. Episode 1. Not Star Wars Episode 1, Episode 1 of Yoshi. Draws and talks. And sighs. ASMR. Trust yourself. Put down the mark. And putting down a mark on paper is just like you walking out and doing one movement more towards your dreams. It's not about getting the dream, it's about being happy on the way towards your dreams. Thank you for tuning in to this first episode. Thank you for the Inspired Collective to inspire me to do this. And I wanted to act on it because it just excited me so much. It's like, that's a good idea. So you get to hear my voice, you get to hear my sighs, you get to hear the sounds of the pen hitting the glass of the iPad. We might do pen drawings on paper on another episode, but just wanted to get this one started. So thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you thought about this. Did it align with you? Did you relax with it? Did you just flow with it? Did you just watch it like watching an artist on public television? I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love.